and welcome to another tournament in the TeaBreak. It's the end of day 4, and, well, it's been a bit of a day, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good day. It was some...
A good day and a bad day. A good day and a sad day. Not bad, sad.
You're right. Why don't you tell the listeners about the sadness that we've encountered today here in Paris?
Yeah, one of the favourites for the tournament. In fact, you know, I'd even go so far as to say, you know, it's certainly a nailed on for the final. Kiki Bertens pulled the ripcord at 1-3 down. She called the doctor out in the middle of a game, so it wasn't even at a change of ends. She called the doctor out in the middle of the game. She looked pretty distressed. What you could pick up was that she was saying that she's shaking like hell. She's been sick. It turns out that she's got a viral gastro illness that took her out at a time when she's probably played some of the best tennis of her career on the clay. So just desperately sad way for her Roland Garros to finish.
Devastating is the word I would use.
Yeah,
It really felt like this is a season she could do it, and she's out of the tournament, and it's not because of her tennis. It's because of an illness that happened at the wrong time. So now we lose Kiki Bertens. We've already lost Petra Kvitova. Those were two of my probably top 6 favorites in the tournament. So I mean, we have to move on, but it was definitely a tough moment today, and it was also tough to lose Bianca Andreescu. She won her first round match, but pulled out with the same old shoulder injury. We were all looking forward to the third round with Serena Williams.
Yeah, I mean, and for Andreescu, I mean, she's so young, she's so talented, she's so delightfully precocious. I just don't want it to go the same way that Sharapova did, with, you know, setting the world alight and then struggling with a shoulder injury for pretty much the entire rest of her career. So, you know, I saw a take on Twitter that the biggest mistake she did was play Miami straight after Indian Wells, because she admitted to us in Indian Wells that she was pretty much stuck together with glue and spit and glue.
Maybe even before Indian Wells, because she played so many matches.
Yeah, so I would say at this stage it might even be doubtful that we see her on the grass, which is a real shame, because I'd love to see how that game translates to the green stuff. Yeah,
just like the clay, I was looking forward to it. She is really just an incredible watch, creative player, and you hope she's going to be okay. And, you know, rough slam for Canada. Raonic didn't play. Yeah. Felix Auger-Aliassime seemed pulled out. Andreescu had the bad news, and Shapovalov had a dud of a first round match, got smoked early, and Genie Bouchard did as Genie Bouchard does.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much you can say about Genie Bouchard, really.
So hold your horses on Canada world domination for tennis.
But it's such a shame, because Canada had really had this upswing. You know, and it happens, doesn't it, that countries suddenly get this upswing of players, and then, you know, even Australia had it with, you know, you had Tomic, Kyrgios.
Tomic.
Yeah, I mean, well, when Bernie cares.
Can we laugh?
Yeah, okay. Barty, Gavrilova.
Hey, they still have them all there.
Yeah,
and Canada still
but they're just kind of on that rocky edge. But anyway, after the sadness, I think the motto of the day was business as usual. I mean, Sloane, Garbiñe, Carolina. Those 3 were just outstanding today. You know, I sat there's a lovely gentleman, Nick Pitt, from the Sunday Times, who's joined our table, and I was saying about Muguruza, and he scoffed. He scoffed. He didn't doff his hat. He scoffed. And was
really?
Like, he was like, kind of, are you kidding me? And I thought, have you seen her? Did you see how she came back? He goes, oh, she's too flaky. And then he came back and sort of said, you might have something, actually.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness, because I was about to go find this guy and set him straight. 26-5 at Roland Garros is Muguruza's record.
I know. And if she's going to get up for anything, it's going to be here. I don't know. She looked good today. And I hope that when we get to the stage where she starts to get tested by people, and let's not forget she was tested by Taylor Townsend quite significantly in that first round. But when she found a way to puzzle through. Sloane looked amazing today. She looked very clean. Her movement is just to die for on clay. I could just sit and watch Sloane Stephens move all day on the dirt. It's, you know, and Pliskova, business-like, but I still wouldn't count her out of the mix, especially now.
She's lost 9 games in 2 matches. She's doing what she needs to do.
Yep.
Next match is a little bit tricky. Petra Martic is a hell of a clay quarter, so we'll start to see some real tests in the third round. And we talked about Garbine Muguruza. She's got Svitolina next. So
yes, that's an amazing third round to consider. This tournament has thrown up some amazing matchups. Whether or not they will live up to what we expect to see. I mean, we were hoping to see Jo Konta against Kiki Bertens. Bertens had actually started to figure out her game on other surfaces, not just clay, and she was beginning to sort of get the measure of Konta, and then Jo beat her in Rome, and that was a significant turning point, I think, in Jo's mentality, and it would have been fascinating to see that matchup here and how that played out mentally. We won't see it. What we'll see is Konta against Kuzmova. She had a tough fight against Lauren Davis. I mean, Lauren came out with more strapping than a mummy in a Hammer horror film, and she really took the fight to her at every stage. By the way, they're just about to chuck everybody out in a few minutes. So, allez.
the fans are gone.
Yeah. So yeah, we've just come back from Konta, who, interestingly enough, is suffering from a heavy cold and has been since Sunday.
Huh.
She sounds like she's been smoking 20 a day and been on the gym at the same time.
Maybe it works for her. Maybe that's her secret. Because this is like we're right on the cusp of kind of like a little bit of a run that's going to get a lot of press. I'm sure in Great Britain and maybe beyond, because her next match is winnable. Second week of Roland Garros for a player that had never won a match here.
Yeah.
She had this thing with the clay, right? But that thing apparently is fading.
Well, she always plays it down, but at the end of the day, she's had virtually no points apart from Rome most years to defend. So with that run in Rome, she catapulted herself up from 40-something, 6 maybe, up to 26. She picked up around about 20 places. Maybe a little less, but she just landed herself with a seeding for here, and more importantly, a seeding for Wimbledon.
Yes, things are looking good for Jo Konta.
I'm glad that she's on the upswing. I think she deserved to be back up in the 20s and the 10s. Maybe not the rarefied air of the top 4, top 5, but let's see. On the men's side, business Mark stamped under business as usual. Roger Federer and Nadal.
Yeah, I mean, they're just cruising through the first 2 rounds. Thankfully, for fans that want to see them tested, there'll be a little bit more. There'll be a little bit more to watch in the third round. But today, I mean, Federer had an interesting match with Oscar Alta, which I thought that guy was a pretty talented player. Really surprised me with his style of tennis. He
happily took it to him. I mean, again, he had nothing to lose. So he swung away quite happily.
Yeah, I found it to be a real admirable performance for him. He came out there courageously, and he played probably as well as he could. Yeah. And Federer was there to weather the storm. Federer saved all the 4 break points that he faced, and Federer took care of business on his serve. I think Roger Federer played really well, and I think he has been here in this laid-back manner with no expectations. It doesn't really seem to care if he wins or loses. He's just happy to be in Paris, and I think that's working for him right now.
Well, with Nadal, I mean, basically, I think it goes, if your name is Yannick, then you may as well just book a taxi home. Poor Yannick II.
I can't believe he played 2 Yannicks.
Alas, poor Yannick, we knew him well. Yannick II, just got drummed out.
88-2 is now his record. Every time he wins, I just love to look at that stat. It's a simple stat, but 88-2 at Roland Garros. Come on. That's just ridiculous. Yeah,
but let's see what happens when he actually starts to get tested. If he starts to get tested.
Goffin in the third round, and I'll briefly say that Goffin has dropped only 13 games in the tournament, just like Rafa. Isn't that funny? So who knows? Goffin did score a win over Nadal at the ATP Finals a couple of years ago. Otherwise, he's 1-3 against him. It's not going to be easy.
1-3 isn't bad.
I suspect that this will be the first time that Rafa's tested. Maybe in trouble. Maybe down a break. Maybe loses a set. Something like that's going to happen.
Interesting. Well, let's hope so. Give me your view on Tsitsipas, your boy, Steve the Hawk.
Oh, my love affair is still going strong. He was tested today, though, by Hugo Dellien, and that's another player I was really impressed with. I mean, that guy put some zing on the forehand, some heavy topspin drives. was able to score the first set and be competitive in the other three. I think he got up. If I'm not mistaken, he recovered a break and was up a break in the fourth and had a real decent chance to push it to 5. But Tsitsipas came through. He didn't play as clean or as nearly as well as he did in his first match, but the fight was there. He was really excited about getting that victory. He's still aggressive. I think he came to the net about 55 times. I still think he looks good, and I still think we're probably headed for a Tsitsipas Federer quarterfinal, which will be very delightful. So yeah, Stefanos looking good. It wasn't perfect, but it can't always be when you're a 20-year-old at Roland Garros.
Also, I think not being perfect. Not, on the one hand, you've got the Zverev extreme, where you end up in lots of 5-set nonsense one after the other, or you drop a set and it just makes you a little bit stronger. Talking of dropping a set and makes you stronger, let's have a look at tomorrow's lineup. Let's see if Dominic Thiem can clean up his act a little bit. It was a bit of a messy start for him.
Yep.
And then, in fact, marked generally on the must do better, I have Thiem, Williams, and Naomi Osaka that really need to stamp a bit of authority, I think.
They need to arrive at this tournament because I don't know what was going on in the first round, specifically for Serena and Naomi Osaka. Thiem was a little better, but he struggled as well. So
he didn't drop the first set, though, did he?
No, he didn't, but he dropped the second, and he was in trouble in the third against Tommy Paul,
right.
American wildcard. So, yeah, they all need to kind of firm it up and really get rolling because, as we know, the more troubles you face in week one, and the more it catches up with you in week two. And so they've already had their troubles. They need to kind of, do a little bit of cruising if they really plan on making serious, run at this title.
I mean, I don't foresee any issue for Djokovic. I think Halep has had her little glitch. I think she said that it makes her feel stronger, and in fairness to Halep, that was a high quality match against Tomljanovic. It wasn't a messy match. It was a good effort from her, and I think I'm going to be interested in seeing Zverev and seeing how he does, because that 5-setter. I mean, John Millman's the kind of player that was going to cause you grief anyway, but
yes.
He should come through Mikael Ymer.
I think if that one goes to 5 sets, I'm going to hop off the Zverev bandwagon for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah, I think so, because I don't think he's going to survive. And then of course we've got Kyle Edmund back in play against Pablo Cuevas. That's going to be a tricky one. Cuevas is a classic clay courter, so that's not going to be easy for him. But obviously we're not going to have Bianca Andreescu and Kenin. Kenin goes straight through. Any other matches that sort of catch your eye?
Well, you know how I feel about Dasha Kasatkina playing Monica Puig. Should be an interesting match. I'm excited about Ash Barty and Danielle Collins.
Oh, God, that's going to be all kinds of feisty.
That should be very feisty, and I think Barty will keep her cool and get the job done. But potential to be a good match there. I always like to see what Fognini can do here in Paris against Delbonis, who can be dangerous on the clay.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing with Fognini in his maiden Masters. Is he likely to make a win? I think I'm going to reserve judgment until he makes it to the second week.
Yeah, I think so. You need to wait and see a little bit with Fabio.
But all in all, it looks... I mean, basically, I think if you've got a ticket for Longlen, you are laughing. You have Osaka, Djokovic, Monfils and Manarino, and then Simona Halep. I mean, that's like the dream. I'd actually say a ticket for Longlen is better than a ticket for Chatrier tomorrow, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it's simply because that first match, Osaka and Azarenka are kicking off the day tomorrow.
Oh.
And we've been waiting for this one for a good 24 hours, and we've got another 36 hours. We've got another 12 hours to go. I'm excited. It's gonna. I don't know how it's going to be because Osaka looked pretty frail in that opener. She's going to need to have to, strengthen her nerves for this match because Vika's ready to go. Vika's experienced. She's poised. She's calm. She's going to be really feisty and fiery tomorrow. Osaka better be ready to go from the start.
All right. Well, we will, of course, be back again tomorrow.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, why not? Until then, we've been getting lots of French lessons, so we will bid you bonne nuit.
Bonne soirée.
Well, that's us leaving, and I'm not leaving yet.
But only our parents are supposed to say bonne nuit.
But we are parents to our listeners.
Yes, we are.
Okay, bonne soirée tout le monde.